morning. Good to see you all. Good to be here. My name is Pastor Holly Ostuen. I'm the pastor at Wyoming United Methodist Church. Pastor soon to go on leave. Wyoming United Methodist Church, Wyoming, Minnesota. I have 4 people watching. I know the service is over and it is great to see you here. 6 people watching. Excellent. Just a reminder to share your joys as we are talking. The chat function is open, and if you can share your joys and I'm able to see those joys, I'll share them audibly, but they will also be shared next Sunday by Melanie when she leads worship next Sunday. There is a joy that was emailed to us this week that I wanted to share with you. Carol sent her joy saying, "My joy is Pastor Holly and family who so faithfully and capably leads us, especially in these challenging times, giving perspective and hope." Thank you, Carol. Appreciate your appreciation. I had a conversation with both Pastor Melanie Holman and Marty Raths. Both of them were talking about this time after worship, and one commented that I was particularly chatty, and they weren't sure they could do chatty. So that's all right. You can do scripted, and it'll all be good. People will embrace you and appreciate you, regardless of your chatty or unchatty personality. Thank you, Deb, for the wishes for a great leave. Your love goes with me. Thank you. Dave shared a joy that Alec and Ben are both finished with spring semester. Well, I didn't know that about my son, Ben. The teaching at Detroit Lakes often goes till Memorial Weekend, and well, that's this next weekend, isn't it? Linda shares the joy of seeing some family today for the first time since the virus started, and we are very excited. Yes, I understand that the ruling by the governor is that we can gather in groups of 10, keeping physically distanced, but we can see one another and not just completely shelter in home and not see those we love, as long as we promise to stay physically distanced and not potentially infect others. Jasmine says, "Good morning. Thank you for the wonderful service." Her joy is my grandparents made it back to Michigan, and I'll be joining them after a 2-week self-quarantine. That's it. David clarified Nathan is done with his spring semester. Ben has another week. Ben has another week of teaching till Memorial Weekend. Detroit Lakes is a resort community, therefore the classes start after Labor Day and end before Memorial Day. They get nothing to speak of except a day or two maybe for spring break. Winter break is also equally brief. Melanie, I'm looking forward to joining you all next Sunday. Say a prayer that I'm able to figure out the live stream following the recorded worship. We have confidence in you, Melanie. You have many talents. Craig says he misses you already. I miss him. Good morning, Sherry. She is thankful for the much needed rain. Donna says, "Have a wonderful and uplifting retreat. We will miss you." There was somebody who was asking me earlier this week about my travel plans, because I had made great plans for this renewal retreat funded by the Lilly Clergy Renewal Grant to go to Africa, to go to New Mexico, to go to Wyoming State. Because of the news and the world as it is today, I am going to none of those places. I'm staying in Minnesota, reading a book a day, which is my idea of great fun, getting exercise and relaxing, waking up when I wake up and going to sleep when I go to sleep. But all of that is going to be in Minnesota. So please don't worry about travel plans because there are none. There is none. We will miss you, Jane says, because we love you so much. Showers of love in the form of rain from God. What a joy. The soil was like dust. Now it will be nourishing our plants. Nancy says, blessings as you take this time away. My husband was commenting this morning that when he visited his grandfather's farm and they got a rain like this, he would call it $1 million rain. The earth is dry, the crops are planted, we need rain. It's a nice, steady, good soaking rain. It will be excellent for this year's crops. Carla says, has a wonderful time this summer. You'll be greatly missed. Gary says, we wish you peaceful and amazing time on your renewal leave. Carol says, have a wonderful time of restoration, inspiration, and joy. Our prayers go with you. Looking forward to when you return. Thank you all for sharing your joys. Another joy of mine, I shared the joy of my son's graduation from the U of M in theater and math. Nathan has completed college. Woohoo! My other joy is that there are 33 of you here on the YouTube Live. We are grateful that you are here. Doubly grateful that we have moved this from Facebook Live to YouTube Live. This is our second Sunday of YouTube Live, and we will continue for the foreseeable future with YouTube Live because it's so much more accessible. You don't have to navigate far following the worship service to find YouTube Live. So we're so grateful that 2 to 3 times the number of people who usually were attending Facebook Live are now attending YouTube Live. Continue to share your joys. I wanted to let you know that as you know, Melanie Holman will be your pastor for the next 5 weeks. She asked for your prayers so that she can figure out YouTube Live. She's done a trial run already and done wonderfully, but all of this technology, when we asked Melanie to come and lead worship and we asked Marty to come following that, we did not ask either one of them to lead during a pandemic. And it is a challenge, as many who have been on technology have noted. There are things that are beautiful and wonderful about the access of this technology, but all of us, including comedians who are used to having an audience, all of us pastors are doing this for the first time. And it's a challenge, and I hope you watch charitably because we make mistakes, we talk on and on about nothing, we have nothing to say. There are all sorts of, we look wooden and tense. It's just a brand new venue. So be charitable and kind, as I know you will, because we're asking Melanie to do something that she didn't originally sign up for. And when Marty comes, he is also signed up for something that he didn't originally sign up for. Congratulations to Nathan. Thank you, Donna. Carla, I can't believe Nathan has graduated already. Time goes by so quickly. Congrats to him. Yes, and Melanie says, yes, please watch charitably. It's all good. We're all sticking to the positive side of life while we're all going through this huge, huge negative together, because we need all the positivity that we can and all the charitability we can get. Maybe, Deb, maybe you'll end up wealthy like the TV preachers. Well, if I do, Deb, I will certainly continue to tithe to the church. I don't foresee getting wanting to continue to do broadcasting like this, but frankly, once we do begin in-person worship weeks, months from now, that this venue that we've now learned so well will continue because we reach so many people who may not otherwise be able to come. Zaina is one of the people I think of who is not able to worship in person with us anymore, but she is able to worship thanks to her son. She is able to worship remotely. So, and there are many people here who are able to worship remotely that may not have been able to attend our worship service. B, thank you. Wonderful message. Our prayers and blessings as you begin time away. May you feel God's blessing as a part of each day. Thank you to B, and thank you. I've gotten several notes in the mail, and I really appreciate those. Thank you for your well wishes. Melanie, as I said, will be your pastor for the next 5 weeks. Church office and key leaders like B. Zaruba. I can't remember how widely I've shared Melanie's information, but certainly Denny has her email as well, and I think her phone number. Her phone number for emergencies will be on the church answering machine. So if you have an emergency and need to get a hold of her, that will be there. Have no fear. You'll be well cared for and covered. That is all I have at this time. 37 of you are watching. I'm so grateful that you are here. The joys that you shared today. Thanks, Jen. Congrats to Nathan and have a wonderful leave. We have a new great granddaughter, Marina Grace. Congratulations, Jan. Some comments come onto YouTube Live. I guess it's still called YouTube Live after we're done. Those comments will be found by Melanie, and which is a challenge in and of itself. I hope she finds somebody in their 20s that can explain how to find the comments the way I got that explained to me by my 20-something son. The joys about children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren, etc., will be shared next week by Melanie. And again, if you have a joy that hasn't been shared yet and want to get it shared, please email the church office before Wednesday, 8 a.m., and that will get into the YouTube service, which is the venue that gets to the most number of people. So we want to get it to everyone, even those who cannot navigate, as you haven't been able to navigate, to YouTube Live. Congratulations, B says to Nathan. I'm so glad to be with you. Let's take a moment to pray. Holy God, we thank you for your love for us, for your command to love one another as I have loved you. Jesus, we are so grateful that you love us unconditionally. You love us in the rain and the snow and the sunshine, and you love us when we are together yet apart. Help us to experience that love today and all days, for we know that your love for us never ends. Amen. Rita, thank you. Thank you for your thank you. Thank you, Pastor Holly, for your prayers. Mary, I'm glad you connected as well. Attention spans are short online, and so I don't want to linger too long. I'm grateful that some of you just got here, and so grateful that you've shared all your joys, and I really appreciate all your well wishes. We'll continue together. We'll be connected in prayer. I'm going to take time to renew. You take time to renew as well as we serve our God in these coming days. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you. I will enjoy my time. I'm grateful for your well wishes. Good to see you all, 37 of you in this live session. God bless you. Amen.